And news coming in from the Supreme Court. This is related to the issue of stray dogs in Delhi NCR. Now, this issue was mentioned before the Chief Justice of India, B.R. Gavai, and this matter was mentioned as the bench was rising for the day, as in the proceedings were finishing. That's when, in front of the Chief Justice of India, this matter was picked up. Now, the counsel mentioned saying copy of an order is not available, yet dogs are being picked up. So, unless and until a complete order is available with the authorities, what action is being taken is not right. And the counsel also said that the dogs were picked up from West Delhi. So, the court finally said that they will be looking into it. Remember, this is regarding the matter of stray dogs in Delhi. The Supreme Court had given an order saying that all street dogs must be removed from the streets of Delhi and put into shelters that currently do not exist in Delhi. So, while the complete order is not available yet, it seems the authorities already are in action. Well, the authorities would most likely be the MCD, the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, who do not possess any shelters to keep these dogs, but it seems that they've already started picking up dogs from the West Delhi area. That is what the counsel submitted in front of the Chief Justice, and the court said that they will look into it. Joining us now on this issue is India Today's Shrishti Oja on the phone line. Shrishti, the court is saying that they will be looking into the matter of the dogs already being picked up without a proper full order being available?
Well, yes, as we saw today, once a bench led by the Chief Justice of India, B.R. Gavai, was rising for the day after hearing all the matters, one of the lawyers made a mention before the court. They mentioned this recent order regarding stray dogs that was passed by the Supreme Court bench led by Justice A.B. Pardewala. The counsel recently flagged before CJI that as of now, even a copy of that order is not available on the website, yet dogs are already being picked up. The counsel also mentioned that in West Delhi area, some dogs were picked up after 12 o'clock. Since the bench was rising, we didn't get a very clear response from the bench. However, the court did say that they will look into it. As we know, in the morning also, yet another old 2024 matter regarding stray dogs and sterilizations of dogs was also mentioned before a bench led by CJI, where he said that he will look into whether the matter needs to be listed or not. So we will have to wait and watch for the next day or two. Could be very crucial with regard to two things: whether or not we see any order coming in from the top court with regard to the recent stray dog order that is coming from Supreme Court, or whether or not the bench led by CJI, B.R. Gavai, would decide to list the earlier matter that was mentioned today before the court. Back to you.
Right. So the court definitely says that they will look into the matter, but with no clear order currently available in the public platforms, it is a question that is being asked: how are the authorities going ahead and picking up stray dogs when they also do not have any facilities to keep these dogs? Now, moving on to some other news, 3 days and 3 threats. Pakistan's top brass has been unleashing a flurry of warnings against India. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif warned India. He said that India cannot snatch even a drop of Pakistan's water, and that they will teach India a lesson if they try to do so. Sharif's warning was that you will be left holding your ears. His statement comes after India put the 1960 Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance following the Pahalgam terror attack. Prime Minister Moody had firmly stated that blood and water cannot flow together. Now, this warning comes after former Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari already issued a threat to India over the suspension of Indus Waters Treaty, vowing that if war breaks out, Pakistan will fight to reclaim 6 rivers. Earlier, Pakistan Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir issued a nuclear threat to India during his USA visit, warning that if Pakistan were to go down, it would take half the world down with it.
आज दुश्मन को कि अगर तुम हमारा पानी बंद करने की धमकी देते हो तो ये बात जहन में रखना कि पाकिस्तान की एक बूंद भी तुम पाकिस्तान से छीन नहीं सकते। उस खुदाए बुजुर्गो बरतर की कसम है कि अगर तुमने ये हरकत की तो दोबारा तुम्हें वो सबक सिखाएंगे कि तुम कानों को हाथ लगाओगे।
हमने सब एक होके मोदी की बर्बारियत पे, मोदी के इस हमले के बारे में, मोदी के इस इरादे के बारे में आवाज़ उठाना है और जिदोजहद करना है ताकि इस जुल्म को भी हम रोक सकें। इस मुल्क के अवाम में इतना ताकत है कि जंग की सूरत हो तो जंग में भी हम इनका मुकाबला कर सकते हैं और जो आपके 6 के 6 दरिया है वो वापस हासिल भी कर सकते हैं। और अगर ये हमें मजबूर करते हैं, भारत ने जंग की बात की, लेकिन अगर जंग छेड़ा गया है तो हम शाह अब्दुल लतीफ पिठाई की धरती से मोदी सरकार को बताना चाहेंगे कि हम पीछे नहीं हटते, हम झुकते नहीं हैं।
Well, I think that that's an important distinction. I'm not surprised that Pakistani officials are engaging in saber rattling and, playing the nuclear threat card. We've heard that before. What we had not heard before is this sort of nuclear threat from American soil. And if this was the only incident, I would find it rather unremarkable. But what we are currently witnessing is a trend where it appears that this second Trump administration is tilting towards Pakistan and away from India. We've actually seen it throughout the course of this whole summer.
Now remember, India decided to withhold Indus Waters Treaty with Pakistan post the deadly Pahalgam terror attack. As Prime Minister Moody firmly stated, blood and water cannot flow together.
भारत का मत एकदम स्पष्ट है। टेरर और टॉप एक साथ नहीं हो सकते। टेरर और ट्रेड एक साथ नहीं चल सकते और पानी और खून भी एक साथ नहीं बह सकता।
Just a few days ago, Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi mocked Asim Munir, stating that just because the neighbouring nation bestowed this title upon him, they have disillusioned themselves to believe that they have won.
System is something which we realize in a big way because victory is in mind. It's always in mind. If you ask to a Pakistani whether you lost or won, you say, my chief has become field marshal, we must have won only, that's why he's become field marshal. So what I'm saying that this is how you can influence the population. So it is the domestic population, it is the adversaries population, and it is the neutral population. Can rising powers be accommodated? That's a question you have to ask, and you will get the answer yourself. So then we made inroads through our own way. And the narrative management system, by getting the social kind of a sensitive index, then getting to use the Twitters and other handles from other places. So the strategic messaging which was there was very, very important. And that's why the first messaging we did, that okay, justice done, Op Sindoor, that hit the maximum, I am told, in the world today, the number of hits which received. So that was the strategic messaging by a simple message. And the logo which you see all over the world was created by a lieutenant colonel and a NCO. So we prepared all this. So when we were going in for this kind of Op Sindoor operation, we were also going for these things because narrative management system is important.
And big breaking news coming in right now amid rising US and Pakistan bonhomie. Moody's ratings has upgraded Pakistan's credit rating. The agency upgraded the South Asian country to CAA1 from CAA 2 with a stable outlook. Remember, Pakistan's economy has been in shambles, and there were constant appeals from Shahbaz Sharif also to Moodys to upgrade their grading, their credit rating, and right now what we're hearing is that has happened. Also, after securing a big loan, Pakistan's financials seems to have improved, and this would have led to a certain increase in their rating. Joining us right now is Business Today's Chetan Bhutani. Thank you very much, Chetan, for speaking with us. Well, this stable outlook tag that Pakistan is getting, of course, all that money that they've got from international organizations would have helped.
Well, absolutely. Global rating agency Moody's Investor Service has upgraded Pakistan's sovereign credit rating by one notch, moving it from CAA 2 to CAA 1 with a stable outlook. The upgrade signals a marginal improvement in the South Asian nation's ability to meet its debt obligations, though it remains in the high-risk category. It's important to understand that the decision reflects an expectation that Pakistan's fiscal and external position will remain manageable in the near term, supported by continued support from the IMF and an improvement in foreign currency reserves. While the upgrade could help Pakistan lower its borrowing costs and boost investor confidence, Moody's has cautioned that fiscal vulnerabilities, external financing needs, and reliance on multilateral support remains serious. However, it could be seen a small step in the right direction, but the negative part also looms that both ratings are still in the very high credit risk zone. That means global investors will see Pakistan as a risky borrower, and its economic stability is far from secure. Moving to the positive part, of course, from CAA 2 to CAA 1 means Pakistan is seen as a slightly less risky than before. This could make it a bit cheaper to borrow money. However, in times to come, it still remains in a high-risk category.
Well, thank you, Chetan, for those details. May still be in high-risk category, but still an improvement from what it was earlier for Pakistan. Now, months after the Pahalgam terror attack, the United States and Pakistan held a fresh round of counter-terrorism talks in Islamabad. The US State Department described the dialogue as successful, stating it aimed to boost cooperation against terrorism and tackle emerging threats. While both sides reportedly discussed ways to counter terrorist groups and enhance joint security efforts, the talks made no mention of Pakistan's alleged role in supporting terrorism. This silence has raised questions, especially in India, where concerns persist over Pakistan's links to cross-border terror. The talks also came just a day after Washington officially designated the Balochistan Liberation Army and its armed wing, the Majid Brigade, as foreign terrorist organizations, signaling a selective approach to terrorism.
The diplomats here are committed to both nations. I can tell you also that there has been a US-Pakistan counter-terrorism dialogue that was established. At this dialogue in Islamabad, the United States and Pakistan reaffirmed their shared commitment to combating terrorism in all its forms and manifestations during this latest round of the talks in Islamabad. The United States and Pakistan discussed ways to enhance cooperation to counter terrorist threats, and I think that for the region and for the world, the United States working with both those nations is good news and will promote a future that's beneficial.
The United States thinks that Pakistan is doing a very good job, and he's championing their cause. But we should remember that it is the Pakistan and America together they created Taliban. And Taliban is one which Pakistan is fighting against. This is all political game. It has to be taken with a pinch of salt, what American president says about, because American president requires Pakistan. Pakistan is strategically important. And at the moment, Pakistan has got Chinese influence in it, which America does not want. America now has his own gay hands tied, and he has no other option but to champion the cause of Pakistan and praise Pakistan.
Certainly the steps or the statements that the United States is making, they know that they will have a signal for India very clearly. And the signal for India is that America does not seem to care for India's interests, that America is cozying up with Pakistan, whom we hold accountable for several let's say, crimes, we would say, using this strategy to, I think, influence India to, agree more on the Russian oil issue, to agree more on the trade issue. My assessment is that America is playing a big game in this region now. And they've decided that Pakistan will be their pawn, of course, or their hired, facility.